Hi, everybody. I'm Trish with today's QOTD question of the day. What's something on a dating profile that would scare you off? Help out your fellow bumblers, Tinders, and grinders by recording your fan answer using the links below. You could be on the show like Allie.
Something that I think is a little weird is when people have pictures with their exes, right, on their profile because maybe it looks good with them, but then they put like an emoji over their ex's face or something. Like, you're doing too much. Like, it's okay. We all have exes. We get it.
So Allie says that's a little bit weird, but I actually think it's a little bit of a red flag. I think it's a signal that this is all about him and, his ex is just fairly disposable. I don't think it would have been as bad to have his ex's photo than it is to just visually X her out. Just like take a new photo.
Yeah, I mean, learn the art of the crop at least. One time I actually saw somebody's profile that had their ex crossed out and said, "This could be you." I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna swipe left on this one. I'm good. Thank you, though.
Well, then that worry becomes, it's not just what happened with the previous relationship, it's also what's going to happen with this one. Like, are we going to end so badly that you're going to do the same thing to me?
Yep.
What's going to happen?
Yeah, but you always have the option of avoiding that, but just simply marrying the first person that you meet. You could think about that.
Yeah. Easy solution. If you're worried, just marry them.
Well, JJ, what was your favorite fan answer?
So my favorite fan answer came from Spencer, and he's speaking facts a little bit, not gonna lie.
Something that would definitely scare me away from someone's dating profile would be too much information. I think dating profiles are supposed to be short and sweet, and maybe even funny too, but I think when there's a whole paragraph, I think it can be a bit of a turnoff for some people.
Yeah, I mostly agree with what Spencer's saying. I think the goal for a dating profile is that you want enough information and the right information to like engage people and set a good vibe, but you also don't want to give off too much information that it can turn people away. It's a tough balance, but it's also a necessary balance. It's an art, really.
Yeah, it's like wearing clothing that's too revealing, right? You want to leave a little bit to the imagination and just keep them guessing.
Well, Keith, do you have a favorite fan answer, a favorite red flag?
I do indeed. I have one from Sam, and I think that he presents kind of the style guide for profiles.
Honestly, something that would scare me off, or I guess that has scared me off, is like bad grammar. If I see just like a lot of run-on sentences and just like poorly spelled words, or otherwise it just looks kind of like a mess, yeah, that would kind of scare me off, because if you can't even use a semicolon or a comma properly, why should I even consider your profile?
Totally, because what is more important in terms of having good lifelong relationships than, understanding the 3 comma rule, using your semicolons?
Exactly. I think it's not as bad as it could be. I think with the internet today, people are already spelling words wrong, using abbreviations. It's part of the charm of the internet. So it's not as much of a turnoff for me.
Oh, all right. I'm going to take the total other side on this. I think it shows like laziness. So everybody's got spell check and grammar flagging. So to me, I think that this just shows like a general lack of effort. And if you're kind of half-assed in developing a profile, I just don't think it's a good sign.
And what she's really saying is, what are you going to be like in bed? If you're going to be lazy and not put enough effort in, what can I expect later tonight?
You're not going to punctuate.
That's right. No Oxford commas need apply here, folks.
Oh, Reed, what do you have? What did you really like?
I got an answer from Dasha that I very much resonated with.
Well, a thing on a dating profile that would definitely scare me off is dead fish. A man holding dead fish. I don't know if it's like some particular signal they are sending or what, or if they think that somehow describes their personality better, but whenever I see a man holding dead fish in his hand, and I see plenty, I usually keep scrolling, just in case.
Yeah, that does not make you a catch, okay?
But everybody is doing it. I guess it's a very manly thing to have happen. It's like you're talking about who you are in some bizarre way, or is it something else? Am I missing a code?
I think he's letting you know that if it doesn't work out, there are other fish in the sea for him, literally and figuratively. So I that can only be a turnoff for me. So these are just a few fan answers that we have gotten for this question. And luckily, you viewers still have time to record your own answers before our Thursday Big Show Weekly Championship. Just use the links in the description down below to record an answer now. But time to open it up to the floor. What are we thinking? Starting with Keith, what are our red flags?
I have a problem with the entire concept of dating profiles. I don't think people should be able to just sort of write willy-nilly whatever it is that they want. I think it should be much more like a job interview. I think that first off, you got to have a pick. And then you got to go and where did you go to school? And, what's your education? What's your, but then what I want to see is like your last 3 boyfriend or girlfriends. And then I want to get references from each of them. I think that's important because, you could just say anything.
So 0 creativity. You're just going to wipe that out. No personality.
Just the facts, ma'am.
Okay. Well, I don't mind some personality, but my problem is when people are like big animal lovers, and particularly you guys who love your dogs, and like it's very obvious that your dog is number 1 in your life. So every vacation you take, it's you and Hank, and every fishing boat that you take out with your dead fish, it's you and Hank. And I don't want to be in the back seat. And so lots of times when I see tons of those photos, that's what I think is I'm going to be second fiddle.
Yeah, dogs in the front seat, you're in the back seat. Yeah, no,
sure.
I'm definitely like a ruh-roh, very guilty.
And that dog's sleeping in the bed with you too. Like you didn't mean to, but you signed up for a throuple. I would say my red flag is an overabundance of selfies. Because it's like, do you not have somebody in your life that was willing to take a picture either with you or of you? I've seen some profiles that are just selfies and sometimes in the same outfit too. So it's like you took 5 of them and thought, this is it. It's all they need to see.
Yeah, no, that's a major red flag because that they were all taken the last couple of seconds, right? All pose and what have they been doing for the rest of their lives? What is it that they've got to hide?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like if you don't have evidence that you have friends, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Exactly. No, I totally agree with that. I think for me, my big red flag, sort of in the same vein of just like proving that you have a life outside of the dating profile, is showing us like humor. If you have a humorless profile, for me, it's like just it's fun. The dating should be like a fun process. It shouldn't be like a waste of time, or not a waste of time, but like a work. It shouldn't be a job. It shouldn't be just the facts. Like, throw in a joke. Show me what you got.
This is a serious business, JJ. I don't think you're giving it the proper gravitas that it deserves. You could spend the rest of your life with this person. I want to see like a rating from an independent third party, like an auditing service. It's like,
But you have to get to the interview round, and then you can figure out if someone's funny or not.
Well, if you want to join us on the air and let us know your own dating profile red flags, you can record your answer to today's question or any of this week's other questions using the links in the description. And make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube to get notified about when we release new daily questions.
Thanks, everyone, for joining us. And a special thank you to our subscribers and everyone who's watched, voted, and recorded so far this week. Remember that the top voted answers make it on the air for our Thursday Big Show. And make sure to record and vote at beyondtheair.com for your chance to join us. And while you're there, you can also play our amazing Guess and Big game.
And if you love what you heard today, and particularly the sage advice that comes from our many fan answers, you can give us a little bit of love ourselves by saying thank you. You can click the thank you button and just kind of say hello, or you can send us a comment, or you can like, or even subscribe. We definitely appreciate, and we say merci.
Well, we are QOTD and Beyond the Air, signing off, and we'll see you on TV.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
And remember, Tinder users, don't super like anyone. It's weird.